Welcome back to Adventure Hook, Dark Sun, Fire, and Sand, the tabletop role-playing game about the world of Dark Sun, a second edition game, which we were playing in 5th edition, Dungeons & Dragons. I am your host, Dungeon Master Aaron Campbell. With us, starting with, let's start from the top up here. Mark?
Hello, I'm Mark. I'm an angry dwarf in the game.
Oh, not in real life?
Not a dwarf.
Just angry?
Oh, every day.
Mark, how tall are you?
5, like 10 and a half.
Oh.
And not Hollywood 5, 10 and a half. Legitimately
No. That half inch counts.
Yeah, that's carrying a lot.
That's what she said.
Oh.
But only in the girth. Length is irrelevant.
There you go.
Is it?
Hi, I'm Joe Annabi. I'm Geza Akos in game. I'm a bird. Moving on.
I am Joseph or Joe Millard. I play Craucus, the half-giant gladiator. Emelie, are you muted?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just doing some very intense research. My name is Emelie. I play Desi. I am a normal human.
Who plays a half-elf.
Right.
Fuffle.
Not at all a poisoner or anything like that.
Well,
No.
How dare you?
I mean, we all know that you're a half-elf metagame, but in-game you present as human. So
The real shocker is that I'm French.
Yeah. All right. And
That's what you need to brace yourself for.
and last but never least.
Well, thanks. And I'm Robert Randle, and I will be playing Ma'ak Ka'ari, a Thrycreen or Mantis Man telepath.
Yeah. Oddly, your sound is still very the most quiet. I'm not sure.
Am I really?
Nothing I can do. So I will let our production team try to figure that out.
I'll try to speak up.
Forward.
Sorry about that. Usually my mic is not a problem. So.
No, you sound good to me.
All right.
It sounds good in the stream, Rob. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, okay. So, what is tonight? Episode 14, as we get into. I think this is our second episode inside the actual city of Tyr. And last week, Mark wasn't able to, or not last week, but last session, Mark wasn't able to join us. So, Char had a little errand that he had to attend to as they entered into the city, and will be returning tonight. And now, before we get right into it, is there any banter, announcements, or comic-related questions? I know that Emelie usually has one.
It's okay. We sorted it out in the chat.
Okay. This has all been recorded, so if you want to watch all of the highlights unedited, you can go over to our Patreon page. It's Adventure Hook, just like the channel. And actually, it's a good chance. Tomorrow we'll be posting what was basically our pregame, and it was myself, Rob, and Emelie. Emelie had some questions since her character Desi is a city dweller. Wanted to kind of delve into what it really means to be a city dweller in the world of Athos. And so we got a little deeper into that. We're going to post that up, like I said, on our Patreon tomorrow. So you can go and watch that pregame up. So, and we'll try to do more of those because it was, what's that?
I said, was that more piss pot talk?
There was a little bit of piss pot talk, just as some, examplage.
As long as Aaron's there, there's gonna be his spot talk.
we got into just a quick overview. We got into what patronage really means within the cities, and we got a little bit deeper into Desi's character. And so that's a good place to go. We'll try to do more of those because that was interesting. It's a good way to kind of like unpack this world, which is so dense, and doesn't have any kind of modern content ascribed to it past fourth edition. So those pregame shows will be a nice place where we can talk all things Dark Sun and maybe kind of help to develop an underground for this setting. Now, having said that, I think I hear somebody outside. There's a lot of commotion going on here. You can see because I've cast a spell of silence so that you can only hear me and not the din of the caravan way behind. But yeah, I think there's somebody back there.
I wonder who.
It's like Santa Claus.
Yes, I know. The ziggurat. It's a great construction. Caleb's been working on it for hundreds of years. Listen, little one, I have been doing this longer than you can ever even imagine. You think you're a Drachomon, but you don't even know who you're talking about. Yes, I know. Listen, I told him no. I'm going to tell you the same thing. There's nothing you can tell me about this city that I don't already know and that I couldn't actually tell you. No, it's not that tall. It's about 100 feet less. See, I already know more than you. Yes, I know that you shouldn't go to Shadow Square after night. You shouldn't go anywhere in the city after. Stop bothering me. Sorry, everyone. I was just trying to chase off all the Drachomon because we're stationed right up here outside of Drachomon Station. They swarm like fleas on the dirty Bosrog. The minute you come in here, they think that you're easy prey. Having said that, yes, of course, every time you come into a city, you have to be careful. The Drachomon are a great resource, but at the same time, they'll also try to fleece you of everything they possibly can. And if possible, usually their patrons, in most cases, are Templar, but in many cases, their true patrons are of a much seedier sort, which is saying something when your patron is a fucking Templar. So you have to be careful when choosing a Drachomon to guide you through any city you're going into. And it's really best to know someone who can tell you who the good Drachomons are. So never go with the first Drachomon who presents themselves. Always give it some time and ask the locals around. But having said that, we're back in the city of Tyr. And I think you're here because you'd like to hear some more tales about our little clutch. So, having been in the city of Tyr for less than an hour, the fate of our clutch already stands on shaky ground. They nearly started a riot at the very mouth of the caravan gate in an effort to protect the life of a street urchin. They had to dispose of 2 poor souls in broad daylight who perished in the suffocating hold of the wagons as they smuggled them in. Their only contact in the city and their only lead in finding the mysterious Catandeo has left the clutch with only his word to offer reassurance that they will aid them and keep their secrets. Not only that, but he left with the smuggler's bag, leaving the obsidian orb exposed and vulnerable. A terrifying proposition considering the orb is triggered by mere proximity to defiling magic. Already, Desi has become the target of a rival poisoner with a sinister connection to her tumultuous past. And then came a prophecy told to one of those who died in the wagon and seen in a peculiar chevron necklace by the clutch's Tekchakuk. You shall find yourself in the hands of those who hold that which shall reshape all of Athos. Through all of this, Char had recused himself, departing from the clutch to pursue a private errand. He promised to meet the others that evening at the Golden Inex, an inn in Taverna on the Caravan Way. But as he is returning, making his way through the winding streets of Tyr, he spies someone he has harbored a deep hatred and suspicion toward. It is none other than Baprasa Ianto turning down an alleyway. As he does so, though, you see him suspiciously glance back over his shoulder. And we're probably going to actually back up in time. Well, no, actually not. It didn't take you that long to do your errand. You thought that it might take you until evening, but it only actually ended up taking you about an hour or so. You're already starting to head your way back. It's a little bit after midday now. And as you're coming through the city, you see him there across the road. You're in an area of the sort of like the northeast side of the city, which is in the merchant district. There's lots of alleyways, lots of side streets, lots of closes. And you just see him there, and he glances over his shoulder. He's got kind of a big bundle under his arm. But when he glances back, he looks around like he's making sure no one's following him. And then off he heads down into the alleyway.
Well, I want to follow in the alleyway. And then
Okay, so you head off.
the crap out of him.
Hell yeah, kick his ass. Nerd.
So
Stole my bag.
you start to follow behind him. Give me a quick stealth check. It's going to be pretty low because you're still kind of far away from him.
Is that under skills?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. $13.
13. Okay.
Get him, Char.
All right. So you start to head down. You kind of shuffle across the street to get to the edge of the alleyway. Check down, and you can just see him disappear around a corner. And you can follow up, and you get to that edge, and you can see the alleyway turns into a close. I think I described this last time you weren't here. So there's the difference between a close and an alleyway is a close is basically an alleyway that's covered. So they basically built across the entire top of the alleyway, and it turns it into a tunnel, and it becomes almost pitch black as you go into those spaces. You're familiar with them. You've been to Tyr enough to know that the closes require extra caution. It's a place where, outlaws like to hide out and, mug people and, other nefarious activities happen back in
Dwarven
them.
dark vision, so you can see in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should be fine. Because Bap is human. Let me think about this for just a second. No, as Bap goes into the close, he doesn't light a torch or anything, which is odd to you because he's human. He should need to do that. But he heads off into the close, and it's pitch black in there.
Now, is it possible, would I be better served going up above and looking down, following him from the rooftops? Does this close open up somewhere?
No, because from where he enters into it, I mean, basically, it's like, imagine like the second story of all of the buildings around, just enclose it. So it turns into a true tunnel. Okay. And we can keep that 13 stealth for now. And you start to follow. You get up to that corner, and with your dwarven vision, you can see him start weaving his way through. After about, are you trying to catch up to him Are you trying to just stay at a safe distance and watch
I
where
want-
he goes?
I want to be able to keep my eye on him and to see where his destination is, and then if he reveals himself to be the traitorous monster I think he is, then I'll deal with him there. But if he's going to like an orphanage and giving kidneys to children in need, then I'll be like, okay, I was wrong. But I'm gonna follow for now.
Okay, so you follow him.
I just have a gut feeling about him. I don't have any real evidence of him being awful yet.
Okay, so you follow him for another minute or so. And then you look around the corner, you can see he just kind of like leans back inside just like a little alcove depression in the side of the clothes. And he just starts to wait. And now you're in an area where there's actually like oil torches in sconces on the wall that are lit here and there, giving just a modicum of illumination to the space. And you can see that he starts to wait, and he keeps like looking over his shoulder like this. He's anticipating somebody coming.
I think I have two choices here. I could continue to watch and see who he's waiting for, or I can go confront him, which I'm leaning towards, because if there's someone coming to meet him, he's going to have to he's going to have to be honest with me before they get there. And and dwarves aren't known for being vague. So I'm going to go over and say, hey, what the fuck? Or whatever As you walk up to Bap, he looks at you and he goes, Char, what are you doing here? What are you doing here is the relevant question.
Okay, let me hear real quick.
I envision this little nook he's standing in, like the way to get to Lex Luthor's base in Superman the movie. That wall on the subway that goes in.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Oh man. Let's see here. Okay. Which I just watched that the other day. Let's see.
And I know Char wouldn't know this because he hasn't been with you guys since the last time, but as Mark, to the other players, has anything been revealed about BAP that I don't know?
No, you weren't there. So real quick, just to go over quickly what you did last time. Every time you come to the city of Tyr, the first thing you do is present yourself to the Temple of the Exarchs, and you know them. And you were directed specifically by Baroness, the head of the village of Kled. You were told by him to pursue a specific errand, and I'll tell you what that is, sort of out game, so that you can choose to reveal that as you want.
It was going to a whorehouse, wasn't it?
So having said that, Bap looks at you and he says, I'm meeting someone, and they'll be here any minute now.
Good. I'd love to meet your friends.
No, you can't. He looks around. He looks back over his shoulder, back the way he was looking before, and he says, I'm meeting someone from the Alliance. If they're expecting me to be alone, if they see you, the jig will be up. Just find a place nearby to observe quietly, and you'll see what I'm about to do. You'll understand.
And I should trust you on this because why exactly?
Because you're looking for Kitandeo. This can help you find that individual, but they're the Alliance members. They're very skittish. If I show up with anyone, they'll suspect foul play.
Well, I will go with you on this. I'm going to observe, but just know if this is a lie, the only foul play you're going to experience is your own murder at my hands.
Jar, you've been wanting to kill me from day one, so don't
Yes.
think I don't understand what you are after.
You've given me many reasons to find you suspect. The way to clear all this is to simply be truthful, and I don't know if that's in your capability, but be warned. I'm giving you some rope here. You're going to be the one to hang yourself if this is a lie.
He says to you, truth is a powerful tool.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like it. You should try it sometime.
Just please find a place, an alcove just beyond, and wait.
Do these Alliance people, have they met them before? Have you met them before? Do they know what you look like?
I have contacts within the Alliance.
That was not the question I asked. Are the ones coming?
The individual I am looking to speak knows me well.
Okay, well, you lucked out then, because I could have just knocked you out and pretended to be you.
He says, no, you don't understand. The Alliance.
I don't understand.
They
That's why I'm
have-
asking you questions and asking you to tell me the truth. This confusion is all self-created by you. Don't try and turn this back
we
on me.
Don't have much time.
I have all the time in the
This is
world.
with-
They don't know who I am. I'm just a guy walking through an alley. You're the one that seems to be on the ticking clock here.
If they see you, they won't. They'll turn and go the other way. And all will be lost. This is our only chance.
You're speaking in these giant descriptions. All will be lost. Our only chance. How about specifics?
Do you want to find Catandeo?
I do, but I don't know if I can trust you. And you're not doing anything to change that. So I'm going to go hide, but be well aware that you can't see me, but I can see you. And the others aren't here to dissuade me from being suspect of you.
That
So none of your shuffling and dancing is going to convince me otherwise.
That is
You are a traitor
perfectly
until
fine
you
with me.
prove otherwise.
That is perfectly fine with me. Okay. Do you what do you do
Yeah.
now?
I'll go hide.
Okay. So give me a quick little stealth check.
Okay.
No, I'll give you a advantage since you're in the clothes, and it's like pitch black in here.
One more roll. That's a better roll.
So what was that? Because for some reason I can't see it.
15.
15. Okay.
Aaron, just for your own knowledge, when you rolled the check that you rolled, I saw that. I don't know if everybody else was paying attention, but you rolled a roll
Bird.
you rolled a roll that was visible to us.
That's weird.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it came up on my screen. It said like
What's so
unnamed.
special about Janabi?
I don't know. It said like unnamed character or something, and
That should be his character name, Janabi.
Here we go.
Janami.
It's
He is in my brain.
it's Bap. Yeah, I'm seeing all of Bap's rolls.
That is weird. Okay. Well, okay.
I won't share.
I don't know what to do about that other than I don't know where my dice are right now.
Ask you to be a good boy.
Having said that, okay, you move back into the alleyway. Now we're going to start switching back and forth between groups at this point. But first, you recede back into the shadows. Find yourself a nice little alcove where you can still get a decent peek. And actually, as you move back, you notice that there is a narrow stairwell that leads up to a balcony that overlooks this particular section of the close which is actually 2 stories. So if you could feasibly move up and get a better perspective on the scene.
What is up there on that second level?
It's like a little like portico kind of balcony that looks down into the close.
Is it someone's house balcony that I would be going on? Or
I
is
mean,
it
like there is a door at the top that leads into a structure. So, and then also another little alleyway that leads back between 2 buildings. So, you know,
Like their fire
feasibly,
escape.
yeah, it's like a fire,
I'm gonna
like basically like an ancient fire escape.
I'm going to stay down on ground level.
Okay. All right. And you wait for probably another 10 or 15 minutes, and you're starting to get real antsy. And you can see Bap is getting pretty antsy, but he's not moving. He stays his position, keeps looking out. And then you start to hear the sound of footfalls, okay, coming your way. And you can see torchlight, and you can see a group of individuals coming, probably about 15 people. Now, having said that, they're still too far away for you to get a clear view on who they are. And the close here is pretty narrow, not as narrow as most of these like tunnel closes in Tyr. It's about 10 foot wide. And so you have like 3 individuals abreast walking forward. They all seem to be surrounding someone of importance. Now, having said that, we're going to go back to the others. And where we left off with the rest of the group, Desi had just had her fateful encounter with a young child who presented her with some very cheap wine. It was supposed to be quite delicious. And she discovered was absolutely poisoned with a sleeping draft. And the individual attempting to administer it was somebody perhaps masquerading as the Drachamon that she definitely knows from her past. So what do you got? Oh, we just lost. Oh, no, wait, no. Okay. What is Desi doing and the rest of the group?
I think I'm frozen again. Am I frozen again?
I kind of
Yeah, but we can hear you, so just keep talking. Can you hear us? Hello? Hello? Desi?
Oh no.
Oh, God. Of course.
Okay,
Here,
so
For all of
we
Andreyko's story.
I know, right? Okay, so what is
For
Desi
all
doing?
of it.
God. Oh, you froze again.
But that's a good freeze frame.
It is a good
Yeah.
On the
freeze.
bright side.
okay. Well, we will come back.
Back to Mark.
So, heading back over to Cha'ar, you look around, and as this troop of individuals approaches, you see Bap step out, and he holds his hands up. And they come to a pause. And there's a gruff voice at the head of the group who says, "Out of the way." And you hear Bap say, "No, I must speak to your master." And then they stop and they pull arms, obsidian swords, and they point forward. And the individual says, "Name yourself. Why do you present yourself out of a dark alcove in the inner clothes? Are you some assassin?" He's like, No. I'm no assassin. I know your master." And he kind of looks past them, and you see an individual say, "Who is it?" "It's me, Bap." "Bap? I thought you were dead. Give me just a second, because I just got... This is weird. Okay, so let's jump back real quick, because we have Desi back. Or is Desi frozen still?
Desi's
Emily?
back and frozen.
I think she's back.
Back and frozen.
She's back to
Back and frozen. All right, so back. Jesus Christ! All right, back to Bap. Bap says, "Master, it's me. It's Bap." And the man says, "I thought you were dead. I thought you." And he says, "No. My Strabo."
She dropped.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Strabo exiled me into the desert. Oh, so I guess then it's Strabo that I will have to thank. That I can now be the one who has the pleasure of ending your miserable life. Wait, seize him. And you see Char, you see the guards rush forward and grab hold of Baprasa and hold him tight. And you see this individual in the middle who now you get a clearer look at. He's this very thin, shorter individual, steps forward and pulls an obsidian dagger from his belt. As he does so, he steps into the torchlight of a couple individuals in front of him, and you can see he has he's sort of a balding pate, blondish hair, but he has like a very distinct comb over that he's got. He has like his skin is very he himself is very thin, but he has like these kind of odd deep lines under his cheeks on either side. In terms of what he's wearing, it seems to be fairly typical garments of like kind of a middle class, Tyrian citizen. And he steps forward and he says, "Why shouldn't I gut you right now?" And he says, please, I have information that you'd find valuable. And he laughs. He says, "What information, Bap, could you possibly have that I could ever find valuable? You have been outed by the Alliance as a mammalian. Any of them who see you would kill you on sight. And in fact, the fact that you're not already dead after that encounter in the Elven Market, is beyond me. So what possibly could you have that I would want to know? You know what? I don't even want to know. Take him. I want my eye back. Let's replace that obsidian in his skull with obsidian in his gut." He goes, wait. I came into the city with a group of adventurers. So what?
All right. Can I kill him now?
Well, I mean,
Say maybe wait
Can
a
I throw
moment.
something at him? Can I throw a battle axe at him?
he's quite a ways up from you, and you've got like a large group of individuals. Like, there's no way that you could take on. I mean,
How about a
feasibly,
fireball?
theoretically.
Maybe roll an insight check.
We're not there. This is his show.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
metagaming.
Give me an insight. Give me an inside check. Yeah, give me an inside check.
Am I gonna die?
Probably.
Well, give me an inside check.
13.
13. I think 13's enough for you to realize like you don't really have much chance against this group. Even as an exarch with the abilities you have, you're in the city of Tyr, and in the city of Tyr, anything goes. It's easy for you to come up against someone without even realizing it that is so far beyond your ability. You never know. You absolutely never know unless you specifically know an individual and who they are.
Mhm.
You've always been, we'll just say this. Baroness knows your hot temper, and he has always counseled discretion when you are in any of the city states. So you hear the voice of Baprasa in the back of your head. I know you want justice now, but sometimes justice must wait. And that's something that Baroness has always said. Sometimes justice must wait.
All right. Well, does Bap know where I'm hiding?
He knows that you're back. I mean, he knows you're back there. He
But he doesn't
saw
know
where
where?
you kind of held. Not exactly, I would say.
Would it behoove me to go to sneak up to that balcony to be above them at least at this point?
Perhaps.
All right, I'll do
You
that.
definitely get a better. You would definitely get a better view on the situation.
I'll do that.
Okay. Okay. So now that we have Emily back, let's go back to the group. You have just encountered this young child who has tried to poison you with this wine. You know that Pressure is the one who sent him. So what do you do?
I'm going to relay everything I know solely to Ma'ak in a bit of a panic.
All right. So are you sharing memories with him? Visions of like your
No,
own
I would
stuff,
say
or
to
what?
you what I said in the pregame, which is pretty much my brother just tried to kill me. Do you see that guy with the burgundy turban? It's a sleeping draft. I'd love to use this as an opportunity to fake my own death.
Fake your own death and let him believe he succeeded? Will that poison
Yeah.
kill you if you were to have drunk it?
Well, no.
Well, no, you would fall asleep and then he would come back and slice your throat. Yes?
Something
deliver
along
you
those
alive
lines. I mean, I don't
and
know
kill
what
next
his
door.
intention is.
Right. But you want him. Is it.
What I would like to do is let him believe he succeeded and then see what his intentions are.
Do you want me to let him capture you? Do not
Maybe.
forget, if we can get him at our mercy, I can read the thoughts that come into his mind. You can question him, and
If-
whatever he thinks, I will know.
If there's a place where we can create an ambush where it looks like I've fallen asleep and I've fallen for the potion, we have 1 hour in which before he'll probably come looking for me if this is the poison that I perceive it to be. If we can find that place where I can go, fall asleep, and you and whoever else we trust to follow orders can be on guard, I would love to be able to put an end to this or at least get more information.
Are they watching us currently, Wanderer?
I'm-
Or have they?
I'm
are they
sure he
beyond our
is.
sight?
Oh, no. At this point, remember the little boy ran back to him and he smacked him across, like he cuffed him across his ears for some perceived slight. And from there, they both started to walk away. down the caravan way towards the ziggurat.
Can we still see them, or are they beyond our sight now?
Imagine the caravan way is midday. It's completely thronged with people, so it's that sense where you're like, nope, they're gone.
Okay. So it's not worth tracking them. I mean, this is.
I mean,
not-
you know the
not
general
my-
direction they're going.
So
You
okay,
know that a bait has been set.
Desi, do you think that? Pressure Vey. Do you think Vey
Mhm.
struck that boy because the boy failed to convince you to drink that poison? So he already thinks he's failed.
It could
Yes.
be.
Right. Or do you think that we will see them again now trailing us? Where is a place to ambush them? Can we ambush them at the messenger's mount?
Possibly.
That place is ours for until tomorrow, yes? Because I
It's
remember
the place for your wagon. Remember, you can't stay there. You can't bed there.
Well,
For the night.
Marc doesn't need to sleep, so he doesn't care where
Yeah.
where he goes. Where do sleepers go to sleep in the city?
Inns. Typically.
So there is a building for sleeping.
Well, right now, this is just
Right now,
metagame
this is
discu-
just
meta-
Desi
metagame,
Mock.
but
Desi
metagame
Mock.
discussion. Are we on the way to the Golden Inex, and is that an inn?
I think
Yes.
that it was an inn and tavern, yes?
Yes,
That
so-
not only did Sha'ar say he wanted to meet us at, but at one point Ibn Bajuk said that they were going to go get a drink there after visiting the Fuller's Urn. I'd actually, if we could catch him, I'd like to talk to him. But either way, we have reason to go there. If nothing else, then to meet Sha'ar.
Right.
So yeah, I think we would be heading in that direction. Although Ma'ak is waiting for the cue. If you want him to go chase Vey and that boy, he would do it. Though again, this is not his element.
Okay, so give me an insight check, Desi.
We just have to wait for D&D Beyond to load.
I mean,
There it
you
is.
could just give me okay.
12.
12. I'm going to give it to you because you know Pressure Vey pretty well from your history. And you know that one of his preferred methods was always to use street urchins to do his dirty work, to deliver his poisons when he could. And then and of course, like he's playing, it's textbook Pressure Vey. Deliver a sleeping draft, have the little street urchin or himself observe you from the very edges of perception. Watch where you end up, and then just murder you in your sleep. So you know that either Pressure Vey himself or the little boy are now waiting and watching from some hidden place. And they'll follow you wherever you go. And Pressure Vey Pressure Vey, one of his best skills is stealth.
I will relay that to Ma'ak, and I will say, we have to assume that he believed it. We will know within an hour whether or not he believed it, and we will lose nothing. I say I say we go to a place that is not where is going to be our meeting point in case this place becomes compromised. We go to a place, we go to a different inn that is not our meeting point, and we lie in wait for him to wait for his plan to work. How does that sound to you?
Doesn't really know better. His idea would be, all right, if we are now prey, then we need to disguise our trail so that the urchins who are trailing us think that we are in a place where we are not. Yes? So what that makes sense. What we would do is we would, in Ma'ak's mind, he's like, why isn't everyone walking on the roof? Like, there's all this space in the city and no one's using it, right? Like in the ancient world, actually, Babylon or whatever, most people slept on the roofs because it was too hot inside. But in theory, during the day, nobody's up there. But Ma'ak would, like, what difference it'd make to him? So he's like, yeah, let's go get a room in one of these inns that you people sleep in. And instead of sleeping, let's go on the roof and then find our way to the golden inex by the roofs, which the urchins are probably not watching. They're going to be waiting for us to come out of that place. And in the meantime, we can wait and watch from another place and see who comes and when and ambush the ambushers. That's what we do. That's what the Kreen would do.
I think we are kind of on the same page, but maybe a little different. I am thinking I go to a different inn, buy a room, lie on the bed, pretend to be asleep. We hide you. You ambush when he comes in to slit my throat. I ambush when he comes in to slit my throat. What are you thinking?
Well, you know, how are his knife skills? Am I his equal?
How are his knife skills, Aaron?
Is Craucus could probably best him without much difficulty,
Yeah.
but he would not risk.
Craucus would be out to hide.
Okay, so I'm going to have you give me another insight check, and then I'm going to tell you, and then we're going to go back over to Char, and you can keep thinking. So give me that insight check.
22.
And say it's 22? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Pressure Vey, once again, he relies heavily on his poisons. That's why he likes to use the sleeping draft, because it means that he doesn't have to actually rely upon his skill, which isn't a lot. I mean, you know that Pressure Vey grew up as a street urchin, so he's good with a shank in a pinch, but he doesn't have the subtlety and the skill that like you or other bards possess. He's a better poisoner than he is a combatant, which is why he relies on why he relies on his network, why he relies on his urchins, why, I mean, he takes advantage, like he's all about using, and you know, like even right now, there was that boy that delivered the wine to you, but that probably means there's probably half a dozen others across the street right now.
We're
watching you
right now.
That you have no idea who they are. Yeah.
All right. So
I think I could take him. So my insight tells me I think
if it's you and him, you know you could take Pressure Vey.
Okay.
All right then.
Thank you. That is useful to know.
If it's you and him.
Then what I recommend is Craucus, Geza, myself, let's all create a temporary wall around you to hide whatever it is you do, disguise that poison, transfer it into another vessel, whatever it is that you would need to do, but then let this group of urchins down the street here see you finish off the last of it and drop it on the ground. Then word will get back through one way or another to Pressure Vey that you have been poisoned, and then we can do the next step of your plan.
Wait,
Okay.
And
what?
We will do this.
Basically, it shouldn't be hard for us to we're three big dudes, right? We can like create
I will give
blind
all
spot
of
for her.
you a performance check with advantage. Choose who makes the performance check.
Well,
I
Crocus
have
would do that.
Crocus.
Can I also give him inspiration?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I can give him guidance. I don't know if that stacks, but
I kind of feel like it should stack. It doesn't say that it can't.
Okay.
Something happened with D&D Beyond. Okay.
so
Alright.
you from me get a D4 to add to your ability check.
And I also get a D4 from Desi.
Yeah,
Good,
but you
'cause
can
it
only
rolls.
add that to one roll.
I know. I get advantage, you said. So
Uh-huh.
I get 2D4 or just one?
Now, with guidance, I think you can add it after you roll. Is that right?
Before or after.
Yeah.
I get
So
both.
Cool.
yeah, you can add it before or after. So
Okay, so I got a 19.
okay.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah,
I had a
okay,
12
so
before, thanks
it's-
to you guys. That
It's hard to tell,
Big
of
ups.
course, whether or not you were convincing because there's ostensibly you're being watched from individuals you don't even perceive, but you feel very confident
I'm
in
always confident.
performance.
Yeah, what do the rest of us think?
yeah. All right, back to Char. So you're in the close, this dark close, up on the balcony now, looking down, just peering over. And in fact, there's down at the bottom of there's like a little like 3-foot wall that runs around the edge of this patio up here on the second story. And there is a small little aperture hollowed out in the wall where theoretically water could drain out if it ever actually rained here. But there's a little aperture, and so you kind of duck down and you look through and you can see what's happening. And down there you can see now where Bap is being held restrained by these bodyguards of this individual, and he has his obsidian sword out ready to plunge it into Bap's stomach. And Bap says, no, wait, I was traveling with some adventurers. And he says, so what? And he says, they have an obsidian orb in their possession. And he says, again, I reiterate, so what? I have 6 obsidian orbs, including the one that I put into your skull. And in fact, I think that maybe it's time to take my obsidian orb back and perhaps replace it with some obsidian in your belly. And he steps forward. He's like, wait! It's not like any obsidian orb you've ever seen. And he pauses and he says, really? I've seen many obsidian orbs. How different could it possibly be? He says, no, you don't understand. It's the power that it possesses. It can take defiling magic and it can amplify it by orders of magnitude, exponentially. And you see the individual of this thin form pause, and he pulls the obsidian dagger back just slightly, and he says, go on.
I don't have a
Yes.
bow and arrow, do I?
No. He says, He says, speak, uncoil your tongue. Okay. I was with them. They saved me from the Yunti. And took me out, and we were traveling down this canyon. And he kind of describes everything that happened to you in the canyon. And he says, what you don't understand, it amplified the power of my magic. I wasn't trying to do anything other than save us. We were all on the same side at that point. But then I cast that spell, and it was nothing. It was a minor spell. It should have killed, I don't know, maybe just the vegetation upon the walls of the canyon, given us just that chance to catch them off guard and, I don't know, maybe escape. But when I cast that spell, it was like I was holding the entire world of Athos in my hand. And if I had wanted to, if I had chosen to, I could have taken it and could have crushed it all inside my palm. It was like I was taking the life force out of everything, out of the land, out of the people, out of my enemies, out of the air, out of the sky, out of the sun itself. And they all fell around me, and I killed 5 Yuan-Ti, I believe. The others collapsed in comatose. Only a few remained conscious, and then for 1,000 yards around, life had ceased to exist. And I wanted more of it. I needed more of it. But I knew I couldn't, because I was depleted. And they asked me to help them into the city, and I knew I had to help them. I knew. At any rate, it's neither here nor there. I can help you find this. And he says, oh, really? And how is that? And then he goes through his whole plot that he detailed to you all. The whole idea of, like, he would help you find Katendeo, and he would leave this sign for you. But he's very careful not to give any specifics. I left them. I told them I would help them find Katendeo. Oh, really? Katendeo? Yeah. Does he know that you? No, I did not say anything. They still believe I have no idea who Katendeo is. And so what did you do? Well, I told them that I would leave a symbol for them somewhere. Yeah, where is that exactly? Well, I can't tell you that. I should take that eye out of your socket right now. Wait. I gave you that socket. I gave you that eye. Wait. If you want to find them, only I have the information. Shazar, you have failed me twice. I won't fail you again. And how is that? I have all of the knowledge. I have the information. Then what do you propose? I've set it up. They want to find Katendeo. And how are you going to play a part in this? The Alliance knows who you are. They know that you are a Mermillion. If they see you again, they will kill you on sight, just like I said. And I should kill you right now. I should take that eye out of you and find someone else to do my bidding. I know. He says, no, please. Master, just give me one more chance. I'll do anything, but please take this eye out. I can't have him in my head anymore. I can't have him here. I can't differentiate between myself and him anymore. He must be out. And he looks to him and he says, very well. I'll give you one more chance, Shazar. But I will not take the eye out yet. You're going to do one more thing for me. Please. Please take the eye. You know that my kind can't handle maintaining one form for so long. I can't differentiate him from myself anymore. He's taking over. Very well, Shazar. I'll take him out. You won't have to live with Bapra Yanto any longer. But there are new initiates within the order, within the alliance. Please, please, Master, don't make me be another. You have failed me twice. You have been outed as a Mermillion twice now. And you will serve one more function because I have no one else who can provide the unique service that you provide. There are new initiates within the Alliance coming in, I believe, because of the fact that or not the fact necessarily, but because of the belief that the Alliance is under the assumption that Kalek is moving towards some great sinister purpose. And I can't say that I disagree with them. Things have been changing. But you will provide one more service for me. And then perhaps if you succeed, if you do not fail me again, then I will take the eye from you. Then I will give you back your agency. But until then, I will control who you get to be, as we have for the past 3 years. You were supposed to be my greatest Mermillion, and you have disappointed me to no end. But Master, I found out where their main point of contact is. We all know the Drunken Giant. I don't give two shits about the Drunken Giant. We would have found that out on our own eventually. We need to know where the headquarters is. And perhaps with your little obsidian orb. Yes, the obsidian orb. You don't understand the power of the orb. It's so great. It could be a kingmaker. A kingmaker! Well then, if your little obsidian orb, which can be the kingmaker, perhaps we can kill multiple Bosrogs with one stone. So like I was saying, there are new initiates within the Alliance. They have been initiating at a great rate, bringing in as many people as they possibly can. They believe that Kalek is on the verge of doing something that will force them into action. And so they are mustering all of the force that they can possibly create. At any rate, I have a new initiate within my compound. I think perhaps we can give up the Baprasah facade. We'll give you someone new. Please, just so long as Bap is out of my mind. His sister, and I swear, Garrow, he knows, ever since you gave me the mantle, he realized something was off. He's been getting closer and closer. Don't worry about Garrow, but you don't understand. We confronted him in the desert, and he did his thing. And he'll be looking for me. Well, don't worry about Garrow. We'll find you a new identity. This new initiate. And then, perhaps, we can kill these two birds with one stone. So, now, before we continue, let's jump back to the others. So what are you, we just lost Emelie again. As soon as I say, let's jump back to the others, then Emelie drops out. So I guess we'll jump back to the other group. Char, is there, as you listen to all of this, is there anything that you want to do?
Is it possible for Marc to connect with our minds? Am I too far away?
It's
Well,
not impossible.
Distance isn't actually a factor, but I mean, okay. So this is like kind of some weirdness, right? Because there's sort of rules as written versus what rules were in 2E, where basically what we're doing with like the mind link stuff is sort of a 5E version of an ability called contact, which used to not matter. Like as long as I knew you, or even had an idea about you, I could kind of find you telepathically. Now 5E, these rules that we've been using from the Kernberg Chronicles, which are really great, sort of like build one ability off the other, right? So there's like mind link and then there's meta concert. Mind link sort of requires like line of sight. Meta concert doesn't. So it's sort of like we achieve contact and then we separate. Now, Aaron and I were playing with ideas that maybe what a Tekchakak does, or at least like when other people are in Ma'ak's pack, then like it's sort of already the next level up. So I really leave that to Aaron, like whether we can reestablish contact at any time. Like we've done it in the past where distance didn't matter. So like it's really, I mean, maybe this is the time to establish this rule, Aaron. Like if we're in the clutch together, can we just automatically reconnect?
Yeah, are we in sleep? Are we in sleep mode right now until someone?
I think that there's no reason why you can't reconnect.
Okay, good then, because before I left to go on my errand, I talked to Marc and said I might be contacting you if I need updates or something. So I'm gonna do my I Dream of Jeannie and send to Marc that all I'm gonna say is I was right.
I hear you, Char.
And I want him to hear everything that I just heard, because not all of it made sense to me.
Well, you can share your memories, and Ma'ak will understand some of that stuff. Certainly, all that description of the orb, and it's
ignore the Henry Cavill stuff. Just
right. But well, I guess what we're taking from that is Bap isn't Baap. Bap is some sort of shapeshifter that this guy has replaced the real BAP, who knows how long ago.
And
now
what is
he's selling us
a
out.
mermillion?
I don't know. I don't know that word either. It sounded like their word for defiler, but maybe not.
So
The only person here who could possibly know what a mermillion is Geza. Geza, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, am I? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
a part of
connected.
this concert.
Yeah, why not?
If you're part of it, as long as you give it to him, Geza, you're the only one who would have any notion of what a mermillion is.
Desi's definition of mermillion, when I asked her in the chat what it was, she said, "Oh, it's a million mermen."
So
what kind of roll was I supposed to roll?
Arcana check.
Arcana. 14.
14. A mermillion is a defiler who is presenting as a preserver in order specifically to infiltrate the Veiled Alliance.
Oh.
Hey, Char, do not reveal yourself to those people. If you can stay hidden, remain so until they leave. Do we need to come and get you, or do you think you'll be safe?
That's fine. I'll keep watching. But if BAP what do we do about BAP? If he goes with them, do I continue to follow? Do I come back to you guys? If BAP stays behind,
stay in contact, and we'll walk you through it, I suppose.
Okay.
They seem incredibly dangerous and will not appreciate being overheard.
I think the only reason BAP would not reveal you is because that gives up the only leverage he has. If you reveal yourself, they can kill him and use you to get to us.
Quite right.
And he knows I'm not going to step in if they try and kill him.
Correct. He might, as a final card, try to reveal you, though. So be ready to run. You can't take.
Well, as you're having this conversation, BAP looks to the individual he's been talking to, and he says, "Do I have your word that I have one more chance with you?" And he says, "BAP, you have been a disappointment from the beginning, but you have been valuable to me, and you remain a value because there are very few, if any, doppelgangers within this city."
Did you hear that, guys?
Are we able to live sense? Can we hear what he's hearing or anything like that?
Yeah, if you create that open contact, then you can transmit this information almost instantaneously with just a slight delay.
It's not a Twitch connection.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of a Twitch connection. It's a little more reliable than modern technology.
All right, well then I'm letting them in. I'm transmitting. I'm simulcasting to them right now.
Yeah, I mean,
so he says you are
bonus action to share memory. So in theory, it's basically like sort of you hear it, and then 6 seconds later, we get it, what you just remembered hearing. Right.
It's like the Oscars. There's a 6-second delay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can censor if you need to, but.
Okay. So he says, you are the only doppelganger we have managed to find with any sense of reliability. So I will give you one more chance. But I'm telling you now, if you fail me again, not only will you die, but I will make sure that it is slow. So slow. And then BAP, or Shazar, as this individual has been calling him, says, "Very well, my lord. Then I must let you know that this was no betrayal. But I had to make sure that I would not die. And that you would hear my information first, my intelligence.
Char,
so
Hey
you
guys,
know.
guys, I'm getting angry here. You got an angry
Char,
dwarf.
you might need to fireball and run.
And he says, just so you know,
Okay, let's
there
fireball.
is a nosy little dwarf exile
Before he finishes that
right
sentence,
now
he's
listening
fireballing.
to us.
Finishes
Nope,
that.
nope, he's fireballing. We were on top of that. He does not finish that sentence.
All right.
We are
All right.
collectively fireballing.
Yeah, so
I have a question.
Tell me what you do. Wait. Tell me what Char does, because
Oh, I'm
nobody
gonna shoot a
else is
fucking-
there. I mean, and it's all 6-second delay, so you're really a 12-second
shooting-
delay.
I'm shooting a fireball just at him. I don't give a shit about the other guys.
Wait,
They can
wait.
keep his...
You have fireball, right? Not just firebolt.
Yeah, I think I.
Well, no, fireball is a wizard spell. It would
Oh
be
shit!
I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
has
what do you
fireball.
have? I think
They're flame arrow. No, no, firebolt's the cantrip.
Right.
Is there?
That's what I'm saying. If he's got like
Fireball's the
something
cantrip.
fireball
Searing
level,
ray. Is that the one? Sorry.
some area effect.
What about
Yeah,
this?
No, I don't.
If I can, you said there are oil torches all around here. As an XR, can I make the torches flare to distract them and then kill back?
no, like like that for individuals like this, it probably would mean nothing.
Yeah, that would just be like a simple prestidigitation, like not.
You
super
have
effective.
Searing Smite as a first level spell. You have Flaming Sphere as a second level spell.
Can I throw my battle axe?
No. Flaming
You have
sphere
Agonizer's
sounds,
Scorcher too, which is a good spell.
but
What does that
flaming
do?
sphere, is that an area effect?
No, that conjures a ball, basically a kickball, a flaming kickball that then just bounces around.
It's a 5-foot
and hurts
diameter ball. There's also Agonizer's Scorcher, which is the line of flame. Those would be your two big fire
With that
spells.
fireball thing that bounces, could I use that? And if it bounces in this little tiny area, it's going to reverb all through this tunnel, and at the very least would cause a distraction. Am I close
Yeah,
enough?
'cause- okay, so
Am I close
like
enough
for
to
instance,
do that and then try and snag and try and grab BAP? And get
you
to the-
are close enough to cast that spell. Agonizer's Scorcher, actually, probably you're not close enough, but Flaming Sphere, you're close enough, and it's a 5-foot spear of fire, appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within range, and lasts for the duration, which is 1 minute up to concentration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity savings throw. The creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful. As a bonus action, you can move the spear up to 30 feet. You probably aren't going to be able to take a bonus action.
I just
Well,
want to
I mean, you could.
I want to put the fireball
Yeah.
right in BAP's face.
Okay.
Because they don't know
So,
where I
you
am,
can-
and they're not going to see it flying from me, right? So it's just going to
Yeah, and you don't I just have to make a save for Bath. So
Okay.
So you could do Flaming
Does
Spear
that
and
does
cast that
talking
right
to
at
Marc
Bath.
and Geza? Does that sound like the best?
We
Oh.
probably don't have time to concur, but go
Okay,
for
well
it.
then I'm going to do that because they don't know where I am. I can cause at least a distraction and chaos, and it's a tiny space. So
It's
that,
it's important you get out of there alive.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I'm going to do that.
All you
Okay.
can do is hurt, bap, and run. You can't follow through.
And since I can make this sphere appear anywhere, I want to make it to appear in front of BAP's mouth, under his nose.
Oh, it'd be awesome if you could make his stupid.
Oh, the other
stupid
eyeball! I
eye
want to knock out his other eyeball. But I would. His tongue is far more important than his eye for me at this point.
Yeah.
I want to put this thing right there in his like.
Awesome.
Okay. So let me do
Kiss my fireballs, BAP.
I wish you had a fireball. God damn. That's what
I'm
we
gonna
really
teabag
need.
him.
give me damage. That'd be 2d6 on that flame sphere.
Where would I find
The red circle on the bottom left that looks like a D20, and then you can
Just roll.
pick the D6 out of there.
6 was it or 2d4?
I think it was 2D6, wasn't it?
A-Rod?
Is it the 6?
Aaron, what?
Yeah,
how much-
2d6. Yeah,
Okay.
2d6.
Okay, and then I click on that, and then
So you click
Yeah,
on the
okay.
D20 that's red, and then you
Yeah.
click on the D6 that's gray, and then
Yeah, click that like twice, and then a number 2 will come up, and then there's a red prompt that says to roll, to everyone roll. Click that, and you'll get.
yeah. So he
2d6.
rolled a 3 and a 6. It looked like.
Okay,
So
9.
9 points of damage. Okay, you hear Bap or Shazar scream out in pain as the flaming sphere erupts from the tips of your finger and streaks in a straight, kind of slightly curving arc towards Bap. Explodes under his nose. He screams in pain, and then
I'm gonna run now.
Yeah, you're gonna run back down to the street. There's also a door next to you, and then like a very narrow alleyway that leads through the second-story buildings.
Can we take a quick bio break?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do.
All right.
Think about that, Mark, and tell me what you're gonna do as soon as we get back.
Okay.
We'll be right back. We are back. Okay, so basically what just happened was Cha'ar threw a flaming ball of fire down towards Bap. It erupted in his face. He screams out in pain. It doesn't kill him.
Sorry,
And Cha'ar starts to... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think didn't the ball just manifest in front of his face? I thought that's how the spell described it. Like goes in an unoccupied space or whatever.
Oh, does it?
Because then it wouldn't give away his
that's-
position.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, no. That no. Sorry. Okay,
Charge
so suddenly
vengeance
a
sudden.
burst of fire erupts in the face of Bap. He screams out in pain. Everyone is shocked and takes a step back, begins to look around themselves. Give me a stealth check, Char, as you flee the scene.
And I'm gonna do the Fred Flintstone bowling thing where it's
And was he already Char, were you already up the stairs?
I'm on the
next to
second
door?
floor already, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have three.
18!
Okay, 18, and you have 3 directions of egress. You can either go back down the stairs and out the alleyway that you came. You can try to barrel your way through the door that stands right there on the porch that you're on. Or there's that really tiny, narrow alleyway that leads back in between the buildings. And you have no idea where it possibly leads.
But one of the choices I can go back out and it'll spill out into the city again.
Well, you would have to move
exactly
past
the way
them
you
to-
came. Yeah. No, you don't have to go past them.
Oh, they're
Yes, they're
But
in
you
front
do
of them.
have to go.
Oh, okay.
But you do have to go back down into the alleyway and out through the.
Well, I just rolled an
The
18
main
for stealth,
egress.
so I can do that, right? And I could cut.
You could.
Theoretically.
All I have to do is roll some perception checks for them. And make
Yeah, I'm
sure
gonna.
they roll
I
higher than
don't
you.
want to. I don't want to burst down a door because that's going to give me away. That makes noise.
Yeah, if somebody
I'm
screams or
assuming I've
something.
checked the handle and the door is locked. So I'm going to go back out the way I came because I have enough. You guys have all the information. He's injured for the time being. I want to get out of there and get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are closer to us already, then yeah, I would say go back the way you know.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Likely
Okay.
to fall into a pitfall.
And then back to you guys, because you know that this is happening. What are you doing?
Do we know where that alley he's at will exit? We actually had no idea, do we?
We don't know where he
So-
was, but we can tell him, Char, we just passed the city gate and we're heading in the direction that you went initially. We're headed, I think, towards you, assuming you didn't go far.
Actually, right. I think we were going to the Golden Inex, right?
Yeah, we were headed towards the Golden Inex, so we could still meet there if
Picture the
but
alley.
that violates our new plan. Shit.
Well, hold on. No, picture in your. Well, he's running, right? But Ma'ak would probably try to say this as quickly as possible. Picture in your mind where your alley exits into the caravan way. We will meet you there, and then Ma'ak will scout the caravan way for whatever matches the image that Sha'ar shares with him.
Yeah, because I should have a little bit of, even if they
Just
follow
were
me,
there.
they
right?
can't see me. They don't know who I am, and Bap can't describe me now because his fucking mouth is on fire.
Sure, it won't be a permanent affliction.
So the alleyway that you were working your way through is fairly southern towards the entrance to the Iron Square. And if any of you are looking at the Twitch feed right now, it's right here where my hand is. Now, none of you really, the only person who has any sense of the layout of the city of Tyr is Cha'ar. So the rest of you are only kind of imagining this pathway as it's being presented to you by Cha'ar. And you guys are way up. Like you have started to make your way south. You know that the Golden Inex is down here, sort of southern, but you have to go like an entire another like length. Like in terms of like when you set off from the intersection from the caravan gate and headed down towards the Golden Inex, you kind of need to go like another length that equals that. And then there's this little alleyway that opens up out in just south of what is what you get from Cha'ar as the circuit, the Great Circuit, which is sort of this area up here. If you're looking at the map right now, let me close that. Yeah, this area up here, and you know that you got to make your way south. Now, granted, if you take off, if you haul ass and head down that way, you could probably meet him in just a couple minutes. Pushing your way through.
I would turn to the group, and I would probably say, Kraukus, can you force your way, make us a path through the crowd? We need to make haste and find.
I probably won't join.
You wish for me to make way?
Well, okay, sorry. What's Desi saying?
I probably won't join. I'll probably tell you all to go ahead because this seems like it's going to intervene with my plans.
Well, I can't lead your side.
You think? Go on. I'm fine with taking care of this.
Don't forget to make sure the urchins see you drink that. Follow me, and I will do my best. God, wow, this is a crowd of people, and I'm not hunting any of them. I don't know what to do. Right? Okay.
You told me to make a path. Kraukus bellows, "Move!" And he picks up two of the nearest people and throws them. Just grabs two.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Do not make us enemies of the Templars. We can't afford it right now.
Natural 20.
Do you still have that stomach virus, Kraukus?
Yeah.
Just bend over and aim.
Oh, that's
I mean, you
I
do
rolled a
still have
natural
that stomach
20 to,
virus.
grabbing people, throwing them, and telling them to move.
Okay. You force yourself. You start pushing people out of your way and racing down the caravan way. and you can get to that intersection, leading everyone. Desi is left behind. You'll have to establish, connection and maintain connection with her to reconnoiter. And
Mach
Char,
would bring it.
you are running down the alleyway, and as you do so, you can hear the footfalls of several individuals pursuing you behind. Everybody give me dex checks.
Including me.
No, yeah. Everybody but Desi, because Desi's not pursuing.
Okay. I rolled a 15.
Just a check or a save? No, it's the same. Same.
I think it's a check. Yeah, for this it's a check.
19.
Nice. 22 for Mach.
24,
22?
natural 20. I don't know if that matters for dex check, but
I mean,
What's
it
happening?
doesn't
The
give
dice
you-
are on our side today.
Yeah, they are.
You're in danger.
And
We're gonna
for
come get you, man.
Crocus,
I rolled a 15.
15. Well, I mean, like all of you do like really good, and you find your way to the entrance into that alleyway and start to rush down it. Behind you, Char, you are making headway against your
Do I want them to come
assailants.
into the alley with me, or just meet me outside? Why would they come in the alley if it's a constricted space?
Well, you're in the alley. Remember, you're in the alley. You're fleeing out of the alley towards the caravan way.
Okay, just for clarity's
and
sake,
they're
is this still a close, or is this back
Mhm.
in a regular part of an alley now?
well, I mean, you're still in the close, but like the close turns into a regular alley.
So these guys aren't running into the close, right? They're just in the
No,
alley.
we're still on the
They're
caravan
running
way.
out. They're running out of the close, pursuing you out into the alleyway towards the caravan way. But you're making headway against them. They're falling behind you, and you're gaining distance on them. And as you start to approach the mouth of the alleyway, you see your companions round the corner.
Can I do that fireball spell again to have it down back in the alley behind me to block those guys for a minute to give us an extra beat?
Do you have that was a
was it level 1 or 2?
I'm pretty sure that was a
Sphere, I think, is a
level. That's not the right. That's I'm looking at BAP. Yeah, I'm not sure. You'll have to look and see what your character.
Yeah, click
sheet
on the
says.
spells tab, action spells, inventory of features and traits. Click on spells and then scroll down.
Where would that be?
So there's your
Uh,
skills, the skills
Uh-huh.
box to the right of the skills box. There's another box that at the top says actions, spells, inventory, features and traits, description, notes, extras.
Flaming Sphere is a second level spell, and I'm pretty sure you only have one of those right now.
So if you click on spells and then scroll down to where it says second level, it'll show you how many slots you have. One of them you should have checked or would automatically check maybe. if
I
you
don't
cast the
see
spell.
spells anywhere in the skills tab.
It's not in the skills tab. To the right of the skills tab,
Uh-huh.
there's another tab.
There's
that
this
says
whole box, and it has
Actions,
actions, spells, inventory,
inventory.
features and traits, description.
Oh, my screen was reduced. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
So-
it does that for some stupid reason.
So which one am I looking for?
spells, and then
Spells.
you're scrolling down to second level flaming sphere.
Okay, let's see here.
And I'm pretty sure at your level, you're not going to have more than one, because you're fourth level, I believe.
I have two second level spells.
All I've
You
got
should
it
have
says
three
it
second
says-
level spells.
It says flaming sphere, and then I've got the range and the
Sure,
dexterity.
So that's in a section at the top of that section. There's like a red line that has like second level probably.
Uh-huh.
Third level cleric.
Then to the right of second level, it'll have slots. There's 2 boxes. Are there?
You have 2, so you should have one more second level spell that you can cast. So you could theoretically cast another flaming sphere. Now, why it's not more?
I'm not
clearly
seeing any
notated?
boxes to check.
Where it says, do you see where it says second level?
Yeah, across the top, there's all 0, first, second, and then a little
Sure.
triangle.
So if you
So
click on second, it'll show you
Uh-huh.
just second level spells. Now under that,
And it does say it does
Oh,
say
okay. I
it does
do.
say
I
you
have one. My bad. I thought it was going to be by this spell, not at the top. I have one left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Great.
have one left.
I'm all about teach a man to fish. That way, this
Should-
is.
Now,
Yeah.
if I'm going to talk to Geza and Mock, is it worth using that spell to slow them down a little, or what do you guys think?
I think
Go
that
with your gut,
we
Rob.
have to kill them.
Okay, well, the best of odds is giving us more time to figure it out. So I'm going to use the spell to hopefully, if they're already falling behind me, adding that might make them retreat since they can't see where the fireball is coming. It just manifests in front of them. So I'll do that if I can.
Okay, so let me go. Hold on just a second.
I think if we run
because
from this
I have this
encounter-
encounter. I already have this encounter set up.
Sure.
Can we string piano wire across the entrance to the alley and I duck under it when they run through?
We don't want to fight in the streets.
No,
But I
but if
don't-
there's piano, if they run
Oh.
into a piece of filament,
If only garrote wire worked that quickly.
it does in the movies.
If we try to flee from this, it will come back to haunt us, and we will never know what Shazar actually looks like. Also, we're in danger. We're carrying something that makes his spells more powerful.
Do either you or I have the ability to use that orb in any of
We
our
would never.
spells?
We would never do that.
Okay.
It's defiling magic only.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay, I'm
Are you
gonna-
talking, Rob? We can't hear you. If you are.
I'm sorry. Try that again.
Everybody. Okay, so like, here's the thing.
Wait,
Everybody needs to get-
Rob's giving a character moment. What was that?
No, I'll say no, but I can obscure us from their sight. And that is exactly what I will do. And I will activate obscure and make myself and my companions invisible.
Cool.
Who is one of us particularly skilled in pickpocketing? Because if we can get that bag of holding from Shazar, then we take this sphere off the board and we won't be assailed by it.
I agree with you 100%, but I'm
I'm
not
the smallest, and I know the town the best.
Well,
But how
let's
is
see where
yours?
they go when they try to track us and where our trail disappears. And we'll step back, Aaron, and give them room to exit the alley and try to figure out where they think we went. And we'll just stand there and
But-
follow them.
But if we can ensnare Shazar, we should.
Yeah, then I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna use that spell because if we can be obscured, if they all spill out in the alley and Shazar Bap is lagging behind,
Yes.
at the very least, if we can't get him, I can put another one of these things in his face.
I'm
So-
going to cast hold person on Shazar the moment that I see him, and hopefully they won't notice, and we can
Look at this.
pick
Action's
pocket.
happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait. Okay. I mean, okay. Hold on a second, because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck this D&D Beyond shit works, and like, I'm trying to run an encounter here and nothing's happening.
Perfect.
Initiative,
Yay.
like, why can't I just?
It's almost like
Like,
technology's
audit-
not on our side sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Like,
It's a rare
just like-
occurrence. Normally.
It's actually
I
such
want
a good
to-
program that we're obscured from it.
Yeah, there you go.
God, I just want initiative to be rolled automatically, and it's not doing that. So
Sorry, Desi. We
Okay.
really could have used you to pick this
Yeah.
dude's pocket.
I mean, I'm worried about Desi being by herself as well, but
Yeah, and we broke a cardinal rule, but it wasn't in character to be like, don't split the party when everyone's in meta concert, right? You know, we're not split, but
okay.
Well, at the very least, we now know that the orb we have in our possession is very powerful, and we know a little bit about it. So we got some good information.
I mean,
yeah, super powerful. Like impresses guys who collect the stuff. right?
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. Like, everybody needs to give me a initiative check. Now, don't tell me yet until I ask you, because
Okay.
I've got to go through and evidently enter this individually for every single one of these.
And that's under
fucking
saving
characters.
throws?
No, there's.
It's just it's a dex check. You just roll a dex check.
Oh, okay.
There's actually
Yeah.
an initiative.
Yeah, there's an initiative button
box.
directly above the action spells inventory tab.
Mhm.
It's also
If you have your window maximized, I don't
It's
know how
also
it is
right
when you have it minimized.
below proficiency.
Yeah, below proficiency
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to the right of skills.
Oh, come on.
Hopefully, it should automatically.
And we're not supposed to see each other's, is that right?
No, we can see each other's.
We can see each other, but other people are
Yeah, we can see each
subconsciously
other's.
looking away from us or not noticing us through hypnotic suggestion, basically.
No, I meant the roles. Aaron said something about not sharing them.
Oh, he just
I mean, technically, this should be all automated, but for some reason, it's not working. And I don't know.
he just will ask us what our initiative roll was because it's
Yeah,
not
it's not a
tracking.
big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Fucking shit. Okay. Fucking shit. Okay. Go. Okay. So Char, what was Char's initiative?
8.
8. Desi.
Desi's not present, and her microphone's muted.
Oh, right. Desi's not present. Geza.
23.
Show off.
Okay. Crocus.
16.
16. And Mark.
14 for Mark.
14. Okay, so it's Geza's turn. Hold on, just let me make sure we're all in the right order here. Blah blah blah. Do okay,
And
Geza,
Mark keeps-
it's your turn.
Sorry. Just to be clear, Mark does keep Desi in the meta concert. He has enough to connect, so he would be like, "We are in danger. You may want to come and find us." And he would say that to Desi before whatever's about to happen happens.
How much time do I have? My understanding was that I had about 15 minutes to find a place and set up my scenario.
I mean, if you
No,
run,
that's
they'd
about
have
that
to run
time.
to catch you, right? I mean, it's up
Yeah.
to you what you do.
I mean, hopefully we'll be done long before that, and we'll make it over to you in time to be a part of your trap also. But yeah, I don't think she can abandon her trap.
Okay.
You just have to tell us where your trap is once you've set it up.
Yeah.
Provided we survive this one.
Yeah. So we're not doing a map, right? We're just doing theater of the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So my intention is to reach Char, identify the pursuers, and isolate Shazar in a hold person should an opportunity present itself. I just don't know what's happening.
Okay.
And the rest of us are basically supporting that because we don't want to attack and spoil the obscurement.
Are you
We can
waiting
help
for them to emerge out of the alleyway into the caravan way?
No,
We kind of want to see
go,
what they do, don't we?
but we want
Or
to go
what do
into
you
the
think,
alley.
Geza?
We want to go into the alley. We don't want to go into the covered alley necessarily, but we don't want to fight in the main thoroughfare.
Do we want to fight at all?
Yeah, do we need to
We wanna see
fight?
what they'll do
I mean,
they
if we can
disappear.
just grab Shazar and not contact the others, that would be preferable. But the problem is, if Shazar says to them what our group looks like, then we're fucked and they all have to die.
How about this? If we're obscured and Shazar is left behind, How about we just cut off his head and take his head with us?
We will kill him if we can isolate
And
him. But if we can't,
I need to give Char a perception check real quick here.
And
So, Char,
since
give me a
Giza won
perception check.
initiative, I say you decide. Wait, you act first, and we'll
14.
just follow suit.
14. That's enough. Shazar is not pursuing you. It's 4 other guards who are pursuing you. Shazar is not following you.
so we have to. Yes, we're all going into the covered area then. Like we all have to go in pursuit
Can
of
I
Shazar.
fit?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can fit.
Okay. I just didn't know, dimensions.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a full story, and a story is, like you might have to duck your head a little bit, but you can fit into the clothes if you want to go that far.
Well, I'm going as far and as fast as I can to try to reach Shazar based on my understanding of where Char shared he was and all that. If that's
fine. Yeah. And you can head down and enter, and you get the drop, so you can make your way into the alleyway before any of these individuals have the chance to emerge into the caravan way. So, like I said, Geza has first drop.
Sure. I'm not attacking these 4. I will let them pass by and go as far past them as I can in pursuit of Shazar. I don't care about these 4.
Okay, you
We're back in
race
Giza.
off up through the alleyway. You don't get anywhere in sight of Shazar, which then brings us to the next individual, who Crowcus is the next individual to round the corner. And as you do so, suddenly a crossbow bolt flies in your direction. And what is Crocus's armor class?
Wait, how do they
We
see
all
Crocus?
you know that we're all obscured, right?
Wait, how are you obscured?
Because Ma'ak did it already.
Ma'ak did
Wait,
the,
wait, okay. I'm sorry. Like, let's back up and establish this entire thing. What is obscuring you?
Ma'ak used Obscure, which is a 2nd level telepathy ability. That I cloak myself from sight. You are invisible from all creatures you can see until your concentration ends, or until immediately after you damage or otherwise affect any creature with an attack, magical effect, or other ability. Intensify. When you manifest this augment, you can target 1 creature you can see in addition to yourself within 60 feet. For an additional side point, I can spend up to 6. I can do myself +3. That's everybody. So your concentration ends if any creature affected by this augment damages or otherwise affects any creature with an attack. So basically, we are functionally invisible. We're just psychically invisible. And unless we attack, nobody can see us. They should basically ignore us, or whatever the psychic equivalent of invisibility is.
Okay, so you made yourselves invisible. You move around into the space. You wait for them to come towards you. You're trying to go past them to catch up to Shazar. Is this correct?
yes.
We're waiting for them to come out, and then they'll go in behind them as they continue out into the town.
Well, we were
Okay.
under the impression until Char rolled his perception check that Shazar was in pursuit of him with them. But then he realized that Shazar was not in pursuit with them.
No.
And therefore, I don't care about them and moved past them looking for Shazar.
Okay. So you all race past. You see a group of individuals run out towards the mouth of the not only the close, but then the alleyway. You head off into the close, and you don't see him. You don't see him.
I'm gonna
And
do a
you pass
survival.
by the guards who stand out there at the mouth, looking for where Char is.
So I'm doing a
They're-
survival check to see if I see Shazar's tracks moving in the other direction or something.
No, because I mean it's all like cobblestone, like pavement.
But there's
just no. You would have to get like a 30 or better on the survival check to
What do
see
these
that.
guards look like? These.
They're a mix. They're a mix of moles, and there's 2 moles, a half elf, and a human. They all look utterly brutal. I don't think any of you would ever want to tackle them one-on-one. And I mean, but at the same time, they're utterly bewildered. They're like,
Whichever of the 2 moles I think is the slowest, I read his thoughts. What is he thinking?
Well, he's communicating. Boss, no sign of them. Disappeared. Cyrus probably, maybe magic user, perhaps Exarch. You get there's a pause, and then you hear in the mind of that one, okay, fine. And then you see they start to take their weapons out. They spread out along the width of the alleyway, and they start to swipe at you all. Well, not swipe at you, but they start to swipe at the air. Yeah.
The hunt is on.
So,
oh, I am gonna kill this guy.
Wait,
And
so
I'm short, so their swords go over my head.
Yeah. So having said that, the first one swipes out at disadvantage. Okay. And a blade swipe. Who was the first one in the alleyway?
Technically me, because
so a blade swipes out across the top of your head, and you feel the wind blow past you. And then
give yourself away.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him in the dick with my razor gloves.
Well, hold on.
If you do that, you're no longer
he makes
invisible.
a second swipe with another weapon, and you feel another blast of air go across the top of your head. Doesn't hit you. And then another one of the moles races forward and swipes into the dead air. What is Char's
all right, then I'm just
armor class?
I'm just gonna step out of their way.
Wait, you hold on. It's not your turn though.
Oh, okay.
This is D&D rules.
Sorry.
What is your armor class?
It just says light armor, medium armor, and shields.
It's above actions.
Above that
there's a
spells
shield.
tab to the right of the initiative thing. It says armor class.
Oh, 12. Sorry. 12.
Oh. Okay, well, the other mole steps forward and like suddenly looks one way, the other, sniffs, and then swipes with his obsidian sword and you actually end up taking 8 points of damage as he hits you and he fills him up. I found him. He's right there. But it's Crocus's turn. So Char takes 8 points of damage, and then Crocus, it's your turn.
Okay. I do what I do. I let loose a deep rising growl, and I charge forward, kicking off my rage, and I go to smash the nearest boy.
The one that hit
Sure.
Char, or the one that didn't hit him?
Yeah, the one that hit Char. That's probably the closest one. So I rolled a 24 to hit.
That hits.
I rolled 12 damage because of my rage. I forgot to tab it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you he screams out in pain. As you take a massive chunk out of him, blood begins to spill upon the ground in profusence. And is that it? Do you have any other
that's all I do.
actions?
No.
Yeah, he screams out in pain. Maak, it is now your turn.
Okay, so the obscure is now spoiled, right? So we're all
For all of
visible.
us.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Then basically, I think Maak will. I mean, we're theater of the minding this, but I imagine he can move to flank with Crocus.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so he will do that. He will pin this mole in, and he will strike twice with his Githka. All the while, with his bonus actions, sharing telepathically in the mind of this mole, because now he can speak. But he's not speaking to the mole. He's speaking to the master on the other end. Just go, hear your servant die, and know we are coming for you next. And then I roll 2 attacks and hope I actually attack. An 11. Well, I have an advantage though, right? So then a 17 for my first hit, and a 23 or a 23 for the second. So 2 strikes.
Both hits. Both hit.
Awesome. So
And this
I will
is
be
the
using
same
2
one
of
that
my
just
arms.
this is the same one that just hit Crocus.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to finish him. So
okay.
Yes. A 2-arm strike with 2 attacks gives you a 7 and an 8 for 15 total damage.
Oh, he collapses to the ground.
And
Swipe.
his dying scream echoes in the mind of his master.
Okay, so behind him, another one of these guards rushes forward and goes after you, Maak. Comes down with an obsidian short sword on the first attack. And on the second attack, he swipes immediately. First attack hits, doing 6 points of damage as it comes down and slashes through your carapace. But the second one, as he wheels his sword back around to come down, the obsidian sword shatters upon your carapace. And he yelps out in rage and anger. And it is now Char's turn.
Okay, can I get out my battle axe and go after the one that's facing Maak to hit him in the back? It's not the bravest of things, but fuck it. I'm tired of these people.
Yep.
What do I have to roll for that one?
Should be under
defeat
actions
attack.
on the same as the spells tab.
Okay, under actions, okay, I'm in. Is it under attack?
It would be the hit DC column.
Yeah, there should be a few weapons under your attack column there.
So whichever
Okay.
weapon, and then you click on the corresponding hit DC.
Well, it says I just have wrist razor, firebolt, and an unarmed strike.
It's possible
Do
you
you
don't
not
have the
have
other
a
one
battle
armed.
axe?
If you went
Yeah,
to your
just do the wrist rager roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
the
the wrist razor. Just roll that.
Oh, and you can do
Mhm.
searing smite, right? If you want to make it like a flaming wrist razor thing. And then it'll do like extra fire damage if you hit. I think he has that, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
I thought I heard you say he had searing smite.
he has Searing Smite, but I'm not sure if it's a
Well, he does have serious
bonus
smite, but I don't know if it
action
can
or
be
a full
cast as a
spell.
bonus action. Okay. Yeah.
So roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
4.
Well, that's the damage you need to roll to hit first. The hit DC column.
Yeah.
4.
Mm,
Fuck.
plus 3, 7.
Roll to hit 7. No, you swipe forward and he just lurches backwards and misses the arc of your swipe. Well, it's now his turn. Which he comes not him, the one that you attacked, but another one just behind rushes in and swipes down to you with their obsidian sword. And
Maybe I won't be here next time.
no, the first one glances off of your the armor that you have, but the second one comes down and bites and does only 3 points of damage as it just barely penetrates your leather.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
I didn't actually take my bonus action. My bite. Is that guy in range? Could I bite him?
Well, remember next time, Rob.
All right, fair enough.
So Desi, you're back. You said you didn't want to follow, but you're getting this chatter from Ma'ak's mind, which at this point has become tumultuous and is sending out flickers. Do you want to stay? Do you still want to stay behind, or do you want to come?
I'm thinking I have about 5 to 10 minutes now to pull off what I need to.
Okay. So you're going to stay where you are? Well, what is it
Yeah,
that you're,
I'll deal
you're
with this on
really
my own.
trying? What is it that you're really trying to pull off in the next 5 or 10 minutes?
Well, I have
The
to. I'm
sense
assuming
of
these studios
collapse?
are watching me, and they're going to give information back to Pressure. Is that his name?
Pressure
and
Vein?
So
Pressure Vein?
yeah. So I need to be there when he comes to strike.
Beware.
I need to be where his urchins tell him I am, which is where I am and where I choose to be. I'm going to go to an inn that is not where we're going to meet, which is not going to be our HQ. I just want to go to like a random tourist's inn where I can get a room.
All right. So you head to an inn.
I also may not be
You've
here
been-
next week.
You head to an inn off the Caravan Way that you can see. You know that you're supposed to meet the group and Sha'ar at the Golden Inex. You see another place which is obviously an inn called the Mole's Rest, which is actually on the other like basically just straight across from the Golden Onyx. And you can go there and set yourself up with a room. We won't go into that at the moment, and we'll jump back to the group. And it's Geza Akos's turn.
When Geza didn't see Baprasa in the alley last turn, his thought to the group was, Shazar is gone. Should I pursue in the alley, or should I come back?
Help us finish these opponents first, and we'll go together.
Okay. So then he turns to help the party. And there are 3 standing guards still. One of them is down.
Yeah.
Does any of them look more intimidating than the others, or anything like that?
It really doesn't. It looks like the others are. It doesn't look like they're not wounded whatsoever.
Sure, but none of them is like the leader that was talking to Baprasa in Char's visions or anything?
Oh, no, these were all just schlubs. Like they were all just hired hands standing around the ones that were told to pursue.
Oh, there were others that went with Shazar in the other direction, perhaps.
Yeah, Shazar and whoever that individual was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then is there Is there a way that I could... No, that's stupid. God damn it. I'm going to insight check to see if I think it's a bad idea to do Thunder Wave on all of them. If there's an angle I can like land and Thunder Wave at all of them.
Okay, give it to me.
I have a quick question, if I may.
Yeah.
If these are paladins or hired guys that don't have any vested interest other than a paycheck, can Mock like reach out to them with Metaconcert and be like, are you willing to die for a paycheck? Because it's not like they're acolytes or they're obsessed with it. If they're just employees, would that help? Because do they ever run away? Do they ever like drop their swords and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm done.
I mean,
it's not unheard of.
Is that worth doing?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are probably slave warriors, right? So, I mean, sadly, who knows what their relationship with this like creepy sorcerer guy is? But I
when I heard they were work for hire, I just assumed that they might.
Yeah, no. If we could offer them a paycheck, that'd be great. But I mean, I don't think they'd believe us.
It's totally up to you because
I mean,
it's hard to tell. It's always hard to tell who's indentured, who's enslaved.
I'm just wondering because
the true devotee.
Because he's a giant fucking praying mantis, that's pretty intimidating to most people. So if suddenly a praying mantis is in my head saying, "You better fucking run,"
yeah, or I'm gonna eat your brains.
Yeah.
I
didn't mean to stop the game. I'm sorry. I just didn't know what the rules were with that.
Give me Ma'ak. Give me a. Oh man, because we don't really have a luck check. Oh, you know what?
I mean, it could be insight. Like maybe one of them wants to break, or his heart's not really in the fight. I might be able to recognize something like that.
That would be awesome.
Having some.
I kind of feel like I kind of feel like instituting a new. Well, hold on. No, you don't. Never mind. Just what are you thinking?
I say go with whatever Char. I'll roll. You want me to roll? That's fine. Have Char roll. I don't care. Go for
But
it.
I also have insight body language. Is that what it was? It's not on this sheet anymore, but that was something you wanted to be a thing on the other sheet when we were in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I just don't know if we're ever going to be able to get to that. But you
Okay.
can give me an insight check.
Yeah.
Well,
And we
I
can
don't want to
cover
make
that.
Mark. I don't want to make you do anything that puts you at risk. I was just didn't know if that
No,
was something that was even
Mark is not
feasible.
a murderer. He doesn't like delight in killing, especially sentient things. We don't eat sentient things if we can help it. So, like, while there's a certain thrill to this, he's not like, oh, we're gonna kill all these guys. He's definitely killing that sorcerer because that guy's a threat. But that's something different. These guys,
Yeah.
they may be slaves. He doesn't have anything against these guys.
I'm not saying actually kill them. I'm like scare them. Like you have two choices.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Feel lucky, punk, that sort of thing.
why don't you guys make an insight?
So
check,
I didn't. So
and then,
for clarity,
Oh, nice.
I did an
Yeah.
insight check to see where I thought would be the best position to do a thunderwave, and if I thought doing a thunderwave in this alley was a good idea. That I got a 13 on. This insight check
13.
before I committed to this attack was, do I think that we can convince any or all of them to abandon the fight? And for that, I rolled a natural 20, modified
Nice.
27.
Pull some messianic stuff, right? You know, peacemaker or whatever. That'd be cool. Expand our pack.
Oh man. Okay. And I know that like natural 20s are not supposed to really, like function for skill checks. But still.
And this is
I think
like,
they're special. I don't.
this is
I
as
use
I'm
them.
like swooping down from above them out of the alley to land into an attack posture. So my wings are out and everything, and I'm just like taking it in as I decide, this is like a shit or get off the pot moment. Am I going to thunderwave all of them, or am I going to talk to them?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an old school second edition morale check.
Mm-hmm. Wisdom save, right, or something like that.
Yeah, and well, unfortunately, as you swoop down and cast yourself about as something spectacular, it does give them a moment of pause, just enough to give you advantage on your next attack, but they don't retreat. But I'm going to give you advantage on your attack.
Okay. And do I think that a thunderwave that catches all three of them is a good thing to do?
You're
in this
pretty
moment?
sure you can get all three of them with a thunderwave.
But do I feel like it's a bad move as far as calling city guards from a greater distance or anything like that?
Well, as you swoop down into the alleyway. You know that if you cast Thunderwave, you'll only have moments to finish. And in essence, what Thunderwave could possibly do for you is give you a chance to escape. Head out into it, head back out into the city, into the caravan way. And of course, the Thunderwave is going to cause Templar to come swarming, which will probably result in them fleeing, you fleeing, everybody fleeing, because that kind of commotion is going to draw attention.
Okay. Then I'll do it.
Okay.
And
Give it to me.
do I just push the cast button, it looks like?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be.
I cast it. Now, do I roll damage
Give me
automatically?
your damage, because they have to make a dex save, I assume.
Let's see. On a failed save, they take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, they take half as much damage and are not pushed.
And what is the save?
Con 15.
Con. Okay.
And I'm rolling damage then. So success, or yeah, if they fail, they take 14 damage. If they succeed, they take 7 and are not pushed.
Okay. So all 2 of them do not seem to be pushed. One of them is thrown back incredibly distant, but the thunderclap that results causes the entire street outside to pause and look your way. And you know, like, now is your moment to get the fuck out of here.
Geza is thinking in the minds of all, like, should we not pursue Shazar down this alley further rather than going back the way we came?
What does Char want to do? This is sort of his bag. He has more information than anybody. So
I don't know if we should go after him right now. I think we might need to reconfigure and process all this information if we can.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm more than willing to go fight because I want to get this motherfucker, but I also don't want to charge in blindly if we.
Yes, he probably won't look like Bap the next time we encounter him.
Yeah. And unless one of you has a good scent of burning flesh, tracking him is sort of in the dark.
There is no way to track via like footsteps apparently, but I don't know if there are any other.
Can the obsidian orb that we have, can that sense other ones? Can we use that as a check, or do we even not want to risk using that for anything?
Well, we wouldn't have a knowledge of that if it does.
Okay.
I don't have I don't have any magic that allows me to track Shazar or anything on his person.
Do either of you have an extreme sense of smell? Because there was some burning skin.
Aaron, what does Ma'ak think the chances of actually tracking someone traditionally like these muddy, I don't know if they're muddy or, you know, they could leave scuff marks. There's a bunch of people. It's possible. I mean, in theory, if he has a pretty decent clue, he might be able to use psychometry to confirm who stepped on this stone in the last, you know, whatever, and be able to like place whether we're on the right track or not. But like in theory, eventually they'll be able to lose us unless we know where they're going. So does Ma'ak think he could track them or no?
You're in a city of tens of thousands of people. So tracks get covered up instantaneously, basically.
Even in these like creepy, weird, dark alleys and stuff? I mean, it seems
because thousands of people live back here.
So it's still high traffic, even if it's not the thoroughfare.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have had this fight here at the mouth of this alleyway, and people have been coming the whole time and be like, nope, I'll just wait and turn back the other way. It's common occurrence. It's common occurrence in Athens for people to just be like, nope, a fight is happening there. I'm just going to turn around and
go
head
a long
the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did the rest? We dropped the one mole. So what? There's another mole and then 2 others, right?
One just got knocked back prone, and 2 are standing in front of us. And I don't know if they're fleeing or not. But...
Yeah. Can we get a sense of whether there's a lot of fight in them, or do they want this over?
No, I mean, at this point, after that last spell that Geza cast, the other ones look behind them and they look back to you. And you can tell they're just like, they're ready. Like, I mean, one of them already takes off and runs. The other 2 are only standing there at this point out of a sense of what you realize to be obligation.
On your way, boys.
Yes. Return to your master.
They stand there for a moment. They look at each other. And then they say, one of them says, fuck it. Fuck it. And then off he goes. And then a moment lapses and the other one takes off as well.
Do they go down Shazar Alley?
Yeah, they go back down the alley that they came out of.
All right. You return. I'll go back and find Desi. Make sure she's safe. I'll follow these fellows, and I'll blind spot myself, and just follow them solo.
Sounds good. Kill Shazar and take his bag of holding.
I intend to.
If you kill him, bring back his head,
I'll bring you his eye as a trophy.
because I want to kick it.
And then yeah, we'll go out and reconnoiter with Desi.
Okay. So you can head back out. We'll leave Mock behind for the moment. The rest of you can go back out and reconnect with Desi. And when you do so, what do you guys? What happens? What do you guys say?
Are they actually? I imagine they should not be where I am.
Well, you
we
can
are-
tell
Well,
us that.
you're-
But the whole thing is gonna go up in smoke.
We're
I
saying
assume. Okay, so
Concert
Desi,
retakes.
like real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. Like, where was Desi at the during this? Where were you going? Were you going to the Golden Inex? Were you
no.
looking
It was
for this other place to lure them?
Yeah, I went to the Mole's Rest. You said.
Right.
Oh yeah, the Mole's Rest. So you go to the Mole's Rest and give me an insight check.
$15.
15. Okay. So had you done anything to make sure that anyone was watching your back during this?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm asking you.
No.
Okay, so I think the best place, because it's where we're at tonight. You go to the Mole's Rest. You pay for a room. You go up there, you lay down, and you wait. And then suddenly you realize you didn't tell anyone where you went.
But we have Metaconcert.
Yeah, we have
whole
Metaconcert.
You have
time.
you have met a concert, of course, but you didn't physically tell anyone where you actually went. Okay. You do have met a concert. And you thought that was going to be you thought that was going to be your saving grace. Suddenly, you realize, as you attempt to reach out and tell the rest of the group where it was you were going, it's inside your psychic space. There's suddenly a gigantic stone wall inside that psychic space. And there's a little tiny door. It's a little tiny door inside that gigantic stone wall. And that little tiny door is about 3 inches tall and about 2 inches wide. And it has a little tiny doorknob. And it has a little padlock on it. as you lay there and realize something's infiltrating your mind, because you did not drink that poison, but as you reach out through Metaconcert, this is what you see. And then you hear footsteps coming up to your room. And you know that fucking shit. Pressure Vey has employed a psionicist who is now blocking you from the rest of the group. And that wall and that little door is the barrier that has been obstructed between you and them.
I didn't get a lot of that. I'm so sorry. My connection is just so
Okay.
rubbish. I
Okay.
heard.
Psychic
So-
has blocked your meta concert, and you can't hear Ma'ak.
Am I
Yeah.
here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You're in the room. You're in the room, and someone has psychically, psionically blocked your Metaconcert connection to the rest of the group.
Okay. I heard something about a door. Is this a literal door?
It's a door that exists within your psychic space.
Okay.
It's a door that exists within your psychic space. I think that's probably the place, because it's where we're at right now. I think that's maybe the place where we pause tonight.
Okay.
But that's the place where you find yourself tonight. Outside a door. Here inside the Mole's Rest. And you realize, oh my God, someone has managed to infiltrate your psychic space and block you from contacting the group.
And Ma'ak hasn't noticed this.
What could Ma'ak do to perhaps notice this?
Well, I guess when he asks Desi a question, he doesn't get one in response.
Yeah, I would probably do it.
Desi, are you safe? We're coming to you. Desi, are you there? Desi, there.
Yeah. And so now you realize you've got to, something's happening.
Yeah, Ma'ak probably starts to panic. But he would abandon all of this bullshit with BAP and these defilers and these moles, whatever. He would basically he would probably say it in Thrycreen too, which you wouldn't hear or wouldn't understand, but he'd be like, follow me. And he would basically just run to the last place he knew Desi was and try to pick up her trail.
And is there anything else anybody else wants to add before we wrap up for tonight?
No. I'm just ready to smash.
Smash. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fucked, and we're not allowed to track these men. So we're gonna go do the thing we're allowed to do.
I mean, it's not necessarily about whether you're allowed to track. It's just which side, which direction do you choose at the end of the day. You've killed at this point. You've killed one. The other two are standing there.
Well, they were about to break, right? Weren't they?
Well, yeah. The other three, like all of these other three, are on the verge of like giving up because they realize at this point they look to each other. You can see them quaking in their boots, and they're ready to turn. And then there's that moment that comes where through your meta concert, you just have this break. One individual does catch on and chooses that moment to run. The other two still stand there looking at each other.
This is a retcon of 10 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. What happened 10 minutes ago?
They all ran.
We're at the end of the night right now. So
how many sheets to the wind are you?
Several.
Yeah. They were already running. They already ran.
They were already running.
Broken,
And Ma'ak was giving chase. To
Yeah,
them,
they
and we
already
were
broken.
going to
Ma'ak
rejoin.
was
Sorry.
following them until he realized that he couldn't hear Desi anymore, and then he gave up.
Yeah.
Following those.
Sorry.
guys.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're all going towards Desi.
Yeah. Okay. So you race off towards Desi, knowing that she's in danger, and we will pick up from there next time.
Okay, so wave goodbye, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.